Hello folks, we come to the exercise, miscellaneous exercise part 4, and we are just reaching the fifth problem. The problem says that there is a rod of length 12 centimeter and it is moving with its ends touching the coordinate axis. Determine the equation of the locus of point P on the rod such that this point P is 3 centimeters from the end in contact with the x-axis. So the question says that there is a rod. Now this rod is not static, doesn't stay like that, it keeps on moving. So if you have this x-axis and y-axis like this rod won't stay at one place. It will go like this, it will go like this, or it will go like this, or it will come like this. So this point P, it will keep on moving. It keeps on moving. It's not it will not be like that. It will keep on moving depending on the place where it is located. So when it keeps on moving, it builds up an equation. P will have an equation. What will be that equation is what the question says. That is what the question is all about. So it is obviously according to intuition, it would be any one of our conic sections. So which section would it be is what the question is. So that's now how we have to proceed, and doesn't come so easily. You have got to do lots of assumptions and things like that, and that's how you are going to get it. So what we will do is, there is this rod AB, for example. Let's call this rod as AB, and this is the point P. Its total length is 12. From one end it is 3, so this should be 9 probably. This is one of the positions, right? It goes at different positions. Now because there is quite little data with us, we'll do one thing. We'll at least drop perpendiculars here, and we'll see how it is going to work. And let's call this point as C and D. This is of course the origin, and for our convenience we will call the coordinate of P as HK. If the coordinate of P is HK, then this much distance is H, so this is also H, and this much distance is K, so this is also K. So we will also do one thing. We will call this distance AC as A, and we'll call this distance as B. Now if we carefully observe, this CP is parallel to OB, and AB can act as a transversal. So they will have their corresponding angles equal, right? So that way, if this angle is theta, automatically this angle will be theta. It's like this, you know. So whatever angle is formed here, that angle only will be formed here. It's a case like that. So that's how you are having those two angles as theta. With so many assumptions, we have to move, and we will see now how we will take sine thetas, we'll take cos thetas, we'll try to equate them, and then finally probably we'll be able to get what is the equation of this particular point PHK. So let's start with our assumptions. Let AB be the rod, AB be the given rod. Let P with coordinate HK be as shown in the figure. Be as shown in the figure. Then we have to introduce other things also, that let CP comma PD be perpendiculars dropped from P to the x and y axis, to the x comma y axis. So what? Then we also make assumptions that let AC be equal to A and DB be equal to B. Also you can have the angle APC is equal to angle DBP equal to theta. That's our assumption. Say we are assuming it as theta. So many things we have done and kept. Now it's okay. These are, of course, we are all dropping perpendiculars, so it's clear to us that they are right triangles. We have told that we have dropped perpendiculars, so we know that these are right triangles. So like that, we are getting into this right triangle, and we will get into this right triangle, and then we'll see what equating work can be done. So let's get inside the first triangle. In right triangle ACP, right? Let's get the sine theta and cos theta both. What is sine theta? Sine theta is equal to opposite side, that is A, by hypotenuse, which is 9. And how about the cos theta? Cos theta is adjacent side, which is H, and hypotenuse, which is 9. Then we get inside the other right triangle. In right triangle, the smaller right triangle PBD or PDB. Here again we will search for sin theta and cos theta. Call this as 1 and call the next as 2 so that we can compare. Sin theta is opposite side K by hypotenuse, which is 3, and cos theta is adjacent side, which is B, and opposite side hypotenuse, which is 3. So this is our 2. Now we can comparing 1 and 2. Sin theta, cos theta, they will be the same, 1 and 2. Sin theta in both the cases, because the left hand side is same, you can compare the right hand sides. A by 9 equal to K by 3. Right, same way here, cos theta's left hand side is same, so right hand side will be same, H by 9 equal to B by 3. That much we have. Right, so if we are trying to put it across, A by K equal to 3, when the 9 goes there, 9 by 3 will become 3. So K, if you want, K will become A by 3, or both ways, whatever way that we want it conveniently. H by B will become 9 by 3, because the 9 goes there, B is coming here, this is 3. So your H will become, the B will go there, 3B. So we've got H and K both in coordinate form. Okay, having got this, now see, in order to get this H and K in an equation form, you should know some equation where you can substitute it and you can get the thing. And nothing much familiar that we have over here except for these right triangles. There's too many right triangles, and you can have data about the right triangle. That's all that we have here. Already we have used this right triangle and this right triangle, but we have this bigger right triangle, AOB. Probably you can use it, and you can probably that would help you to search the data. So let's see if it's of use. In right triangle AOB, if we apply the Pythagoras theorem, you have AO squared plus OB squared equal to AB squared by Pythagoras theorem. We all know it, that it happens by Pythagoras theorem, and AO for us is A plus K. This is A plus K, and OB for us, it is H plus B, and AB we know is 12 squared. Now we are interested in H and K, because that is where the P is. We are interested in P, so we are interested in H and K. So A and B has to go. A will therefore become 3K. You get it from here. A is 3K. So it is 3K plus K. From 3 if you want. Right. And say also you want B. If B, it is H by 3. So H plus H by 3 is going to be 144. So 4K squared plus equalize into 3 into 3. 3H plus H, 4H. By 3 whole squared is 144. So that is 16K squared, 16H squared by 9 is 144. Have the 16 out. So K squared plus H squared by 9 equal to 144. You can take it on the other side. 16 nines are. So it's like K squared plus H squared by 9 equal to 9. Or if you plan to divide it here, K squared plus H squared by 9 over 9 is 1, or K squared by 9 plus H squared by 81, when we have it separated, equal to 1. That's an ellipse, right? So HK, which is a coordinate of P, is tracing an ellipse, and that's what the question is. You find out what path is this point P tracing. It is tracing an ellipse. So that is what we will say. Therefore PHK is a point on the ellipse. So the required path that this point is tracing is ellipse. So when it keeps moving, if you have good GeoGebra representations, you can have it. You can see the path. It will be beautiful to see it. You have it traces that elliptical path. Very beautiful. So that's how it is. It traces an ellipse. So that's our problem number 5. Let's see if we can do the problem number 6. It says that find the area of a triangle which is formed by the lines joining the vertex of a parabola. Oh, back to parabola. Vertex of the parabola x squared equal to 12y to the ends of the lattice rectum. Seems to be much more approachable. So we are back with the parabola. We had a break with the parabola. X squared equal to 12y. We know it's a parabola of type 2. So let's take that. This is our parabola of type 2. Again, symmetry is a problem. Okay, so this is the vertex, then this is the parabola x squared equal to 12y. They say that there is an equilateral triangle. There is a triangle which is formed. Yes, so whenever there is a focus here, from there when we draw the line, that is what we call it as a latus rectum. So assuming that this AB is a latus rectum and this is the focus C, you have to find out the area of the triangle AOP. This is the question. So every parabola will have a focus. Assume that the focus is C, and then when we draw the segment, that becomes AB, and then you are able to get this triangle AOP. We have to find out the area of the triangle AOP. So that's how it goes. And of course, focus coordinate you can get because you know the equation of the parabola. So this is unusually they have given you the equation. All this time we were finding out the equation. So let's introduce this. Let the parabola be as shown in the figure. Okay. Here the point C is a focus. And AB is a latus rectum. Right. Given equation is x squared equal to 12y. Therefore, 4a, because normal equation is of the type x squared equal to 4ay. So on comparing, you will get 4a equal to 12. A becomes 12 by 4, 3. That gives you the focus actually, 3. So therefore, coordinate of C, that's what we call it as a focus. Coordinate of C, focus is 0, 3. So you got the coordinate, it is 0, 3. Or in other words, you get OC also. Therefore, OC is 3, can't we say? If this coordinate is 0, 3, automatically this length will become 3. Now, why we are so happy with this length is because they are asking us to find out area of the triangle AOB. And for area of the triangle AOB, because this is perpendicular, you could have AB as a base and OC as a height. So if by any chance you are able to find AB, then you are done with the area formula. So we should be able to find AB. Now to find AB, it's been told to us that this is how it is. If by any chance you are able to find what is AB, then your work is done. Okay, so latus rectum, we know the formula, isn't it? Therefore, latus rectum, what is that? AB by formula is 4a, which is 4 into a, which is 312. So you know AB, that way you will be able to get the triangle. So also triangle AOB is the required triangle, such that area of triangle AOB, any triangle for that matter, is half base into height. Base for us is AB and height for us is OC. So AB for us, it is we found it, AB is 12 and OC we found it as 3, so 6, so 18 square units or centimeter, meter, whatever they have told us. So the required area is 18 square units. I think one small problem in the whole exercise, a little bit of a respite is there. Okay, so that's about this. Once we finish this, we are taking the next problem in the next video. Thank you.